eyewitness weather forecast.
Happy Monday evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. Just about 6:11 on your early Monday evening, and it's beginning to look and feel a lot more like winter as opposed to mid-fall, which is what it should feel like this time of year. Let's take a look at what I'm tracking over the next overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow as well. So we do have a winter weather advisory for Madison and Oneida counties. It started at the top of the hour at 6 p.m., goes through 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, and that's when both tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening's commute could be quite slick. The good news, however, is that many kids already don't have school tomorrow because it is Veterans Day, so that at least helps somewhat. And for most of us, this snow accumulation will mainly occur on the grass, especially where you see less snow, but overnight tonight and again tomorrow night, there will be some slick spots possible because we won't have the daytime heating per se and friction on the roads to warm things up. So Onondaga, Oneida, Madison counties again in that winter weather advisory till 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. I'll show you how much snow to expect coming up in just a second. We're not seeing any right now in downtown Utica, but that's not the case everywhere. 30 degrees. It is quite cold, however, with the winds out of the west at 10 miles an hour. That dew point is at 21. I should say that feels like temperature is 21, dew point of 26. So there's still a bit of dry air for the snow to overcome, but it will as we head through the overnight hours as the air kind of moistens up and we lose the radiation of the sun. So temperatures largely in the 20s out there right now, and only at best 30 degrees in Camden, downtown Utica, Lake Pleasant, and same thing over toward Norwich. But again, feeling like the teens and 20s with the winds out of the northwest. We're not seeing much in terms of gusts right now. 17 at best in Greene, 18 in Johnstown right now, and we do have some lake effect snow building in off toward the west, a departing storm system off toward the east, bringing some snow to portions of light to moderate snow, portions of Hamilton, Fulton, Montgomery counties. That's the reason why we saw a bit of snow this morning, and it's also contributing to the lake effect snow that we're seeing this evening. The lake effect area, or the low pressure area up toward New England, bringing in west and northwesterly wind. Also, the lakes are running above normal temperature wise for this time of the year, and we also have temperatures only about 5 degrees above 0 Fahrenheit above our heads, mixing down to the surface thanks to that northwesterly wind. So a lot of factors in play bringing us that lake effect snow. We'll see the most of it from the thruway up toward the north during the overnight hours. Could be moderate to heavy at times. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, it shifts toward the south. No matter where you are, though, it is going to be quite cold tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-30s at best, feeling like the 20s most of the day. And we will, again, continue to see the lake effect snow move its way to the south. And I think it should be starting to shut off tomorrow night and into tomorrow evening as well. Veterans Day tomorrow will be quite snowy and quite cold with temperatures only in the upper 20s to lower and mid-30s out there. The far southern and eastern portions of our viewing area not seeing much in terms of snowfall, maybe up to 2 inches there. The middle portions of the region up to 2 to 4, mainly portions of Herkimer County. And then as you head toward the west, there could be as much as 4 to 8 inches, with maybe areas closer toward the Onondaga and Oswego County lines seeing as much as 8 to 12. The good news, however, is that as we start a moderating trend Wednesday into Thursday, that snow transitions over to a bit of rain. So I don't expect much, if any, additional accumulation beyond tomorrow night. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And 10:17 is the time on your late Monday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some snow for your Veterans Day and cold temperatures too, and that's going to be the case during the overnight hours as well. So let's take a look at what we're tracking here, and that includes a winter weather advisory that goes until tomorrow evening for both Oneida and Madison counties, where the heaviest accumulation is expected to occur, at least some of it. And the snow could make both tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening's commute very slick. However, the thing that is working in our favor is the fact that tomorrow is Veterans Day, so a lot of kids already don't have school tomorrow night. My suspicion is that there could be closings from the ones that do, because not everyone has tomorrow off. And the snow this afternoon and into this evening was mainly on grassy surfaces, but as we go through the overnight hours tonight and again tomorrow night, it could become quite slick out there. So that's part of the reason why we have this winter weather advisory for Oneida, Madison, Onondaga counties until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. I'll show you how much snow to expect coming up in just a few moments, but if you look very closely on our iNet camera in downtown Utica, you can see some of that snow falling where it is 29 degrees, winds out of the west at 12 miles an hour, so it's kind of a wind-driven snow, and that's also making it feel like 19. So Temperatures during the overnight hours with the snow and the clouds going to be feeling like only the upper single digits and lower teens out there. And that's only after we had high temperatures today in the mid-30s for many of us. But look at Lowville, didn't even make it to, barely made it to the freezing point. Watertown only made it to the upper 20s, and I expect temperatures during the day tomorrow to be 2 or 3 degrees even cooler than that. And right now it's pretty chilly out there with most, if not all of us, below freezing. The only number that I can see that's above freezing is Saratoga Springs, just to the north of Albany at 33. So we do have snow out there right now. Again, in downtown Utica, it is falling. It's just so low that the radar is not detecting it. But off toward the west, where we expect some of the heaviest snow to occur, that's what's happening out there right now. Light to moderate snow. It'll become heavier at times during the overnight hours. The reason for this is, well, a couple of reasons. One, we do have a departing storm up toward New England and a northwesterly flow around it. That combined with the fact that temperatures well above our heads are only about 5 degrees above zero right now, and the lakes are running warmer for this time of the year. So we've got a recipe for some lake effect snow during the overnight hours, and futurecast showing us that. During the overnight hours and during the first part of tomorrow, it'll mainly be to the north of the thruway, but as we go through the afternoon, it'll slowly make its way down toward the south, although I do expect most of the accumulation to be along and to the north of the thruway, where that advisory is in effect, and most of the accumulation shuts off after around 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, but we will keep rain and snow showers in the forecast well into the end of the week. So again, tomorrow, Veterans Day, a lot of clouds, temperatures only making their way into the upper 20s and low 30s, maybe the mid-30s if we're lucky, but most of the day only feeling like the upper teens and lower 20s out there. 4 to 8 inches from the Utica area off toward the west. Wouldn't surprise me if there were some areas closer toward the Oswego and Onondaga County line in Oneida County that exceed 8 to 12 inches, and then we do see a bit of a moderating trend, but still below average Wednesday and Thursday, so that means a mix of both rain and snow showers, and then it finally ends on Friday morning with some more snow showers before some rain moves in over the weekend and the first part of next week. Thomas, back to you.
Jordan, just sports alert only on Eyewitness News, Friday nights at 11. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
Happy Monday evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking our first outbreak of not only lake effect snow, but Arctic cold, in spite of the fact that we're only midway, or a little bit more than midway, through meteorological fall. So let's take a look at what I'm tracking overnight tonight and through tomorrow as well. We do have a winter weather advisory for Oneida and Madison counties. It started at 6 p.m. this evening and goes through 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, and that's because snow can make both the Tuesday morning and Tuesday evening commutes quite slick. The good news, however, is that tomorrow is Veterans Day, so many kids don't have to go to school. And most of the snowfall accumulation, especially where you see less of it, will mainly occur on grassy surfaces. But overnight tonight and again tomorrow night, there could be some slick spots possible, especially where the heaviest snow will occur. And that looks to occur over portions of Oneida and Madison counties where there is a winter weather advisory, as I mentioned, until 6 p.m. this evening. That also includes Onondaga and Oswego County. I'll show you how much snow to expect coming up in just a second. But as far as those high temperatures today, because of the northwesterly wind, as you might expect, areas up toward the northwest were cooler, only into the lower, if not the middle 30s out there. Down toward the southeast, however, Johnstown was at 40 degrees. It got to at or above 40 degrees across many portions of Shenango, as well as Otsego County as well. But unfortunately, many of us during the day tomorrow going to be lucky if we make it into the mid-30s. Some of us may not even make it out of the 20s up toward the north. That will be accompanied by a northwesterly breeze drawing in that lake effect snow off the eastern and southeastern side of Lake Ontario. So tomorrow it'll only feel like it's in the 20s and upper teens for most of the day. And eventually that lake effect snow will shift its way toward the south of the Mohawk Valley after mainly accumulating to the north of it during the overnight hours and through your first part of your Tuesday morning. Lake effect snow will continue into tomorrow evening. However, most of the accumulation will shut off after 6 p.m., which is why that's when the advisory ends. Tomorrow's also Veterans Day, as I mentioned, but it won't look or feel like it. We'll have a lot of clouds, snow showers through most of the day, temperatures in the upper 20s to the lower, if not the mid-30s, and some areas far to the south and far to the east may not even see much, if any, snowfall accumulation, and coating to up to 2 inches there. Across many portions of Herkimer and Lewis counties, it looks like you'll see anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches. And then in Oneida, Madison counties, especially just to the north of the thruway, 4 to 8 inches is possible. But the closer you are to Onondaga and Oswego counties, especially western Oneida, northwestern Madison County, you could see as much as 8 to 12 inches in some of the locally heavier bands. It just depends on where those set up during the overnight hours and through the morning tomorrow. But one thing that will be for sure, it will be quite cold during the day tomorrow as well. Temperature only around 34 in downtown Utica, struggling to get into the 20s, out of the 20s, I should say, up toward the north, but feeling like the teens and 20s most of the day with that wind. It transitions over a bit of a mix of rain and snow showers as we head through Wednesday and Thursday, with temperatures on either side of 40 degrees and still in the low 40s on Friday after starting the day with some morning snow showers. The weekend looks to start off with a blend of sun and clouds, temperatures in the upper 30s, but it ends with rain that continues into Monday of next week. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. When we come back, the